Peace, baby. Prospector Trip here. Hey, I had an opportunity to go dredging a couple weeks ago now, actually. I've been a little busy. Anyway, what happened is I, of course, had this expanded steel. This was my punch plate in my dredge. And then, of course, I was just using this deep V here. And not sure if you can see that real good, hopefully. Anyway, took a pan out here with a classifier, ran it back and forth a few times, and then checked the results. I had a little bit of gold blowing right through my dredge. I know dredges are inefficient. I got it. But the bottom line is the bottom line. We ain't doing too much more of that, I hope. So what I've done is, of course, I have this deep V still on here. This is Motherlode mat. This next piece is Talon mat, then Motherlode, Talon. And so up here I got a new punch plate, which is just this 1/4 inch screen, a stainless screen. And then underneath that I got the deep V. And then of course I got a couple magnets in here and a bar that holds things together. And then of course I go right into the Talon, Motherlode, Talon, Motherlode, and then deep V again. Having just the expanded steel, and this punch plate's got a lot of flat surface on it. You know, even though it's fairly open, it still has a lot of surface to skip things along there. Not so with that screen there. That's all round. It's pretty heavy. I think it's I don't know, 20 gauge or something. But you know, 1/4 inch stainless screen. I think that'll work pretty good. Anyway, we'll have to try it and see what we come up with. I also made a few other modifications because the dredge on the inside is just aluminum. You know, if anything squirted underneath it or whatever, it could simply slide off here. So what did I end up doing is I took some of this toolbox matting, which you just cut and of course put in the bottom of your toolbox for your wrenches or whatever. And it's fairly grippy and pretty tough stuff, it seems, as it is. But I cut a piece, of course, to fit this dredge box here, and then I glued it down with you know, the I think it's regular formula contact cement. But anyway, it's pretty tough stuff. I glued it down, sprayed the whole thing along the edges with that spray. What the heck is it called? Again, it's not a zebra. Anyway, it's basically just spray rubber. And of course, I taped it along the edges kind of real carefully just to make sure there was not too much stuff where gold could hide and get away, you know. But man, is it grippy. I think it'll really hold stuff well. Anyway, I also did this action here, this tape along the edge here, like they say at, you know, at the River Hog site there, you know. And so gold can't spill off the edge either and then shoot along the edge and get out. So I think it's going to work a lot better. It's going to be a long video, but I'm going to snip it down a little bit for you because I'm just dredging and farting around looking like some old dork out there in the river. It's true. I also have this little box here that it was a box I bought at a garage sale, or not a garage sale, but from some people that I knew that were selling a few little treasures. And it's just a 10-inch box. It's real thin aluminum, and I you know, pounded this thing to death with a hammer and pop riveted it on there. And I'm thinking what I want to do, possibly, depending on how much gold is blowing out the end of this thing now, is I might want to coat this whole thing with the same material, glue it down, and then run some of this deep V over it, and or maybe this carpeting. I don't know. This is what came with the thing. And maybe some more deep V that I have. Maybe get another piece. I got a bunch of shallow V that's a little bit tighter than this. You know, it's not quite so deep, you know, and it's anyway, it's a little more square than angular like this. But anyway, if I make up a little jig here to come out here with a piece of wood and clamp this hog to it, hanging out the edge somewhere underneath it, of course, you know, to catch all the tailings coming out of the dredge, and then basically have this thing floating with a couple of the little round foam tubes used in your pool for the kids. I think it'll float right behind there nice, especially if it's clamped up to here with some little jig I can make. And then, of course, I got another 4 feet of, you know, to pick some gold off those, off the material running through there. I think it'll help. Anyway, that's what I'm doing, baby. Trying to fix up the point of not losing my gold now that I got this suction working really good. And boy, does it work good. Yeah, that, you know, that flare I got on here, man, I can idle that thing almost all the way down and it still has a pretty good suction and vacuum, you know, to pick up the material. I want to run it a little faster, obviously, because it has more power. I got the tube jammed up a couple times when I was running it slow, and I didn't like that part, so thus the rebuild. I think we got it now, baby. So anyway, peace, baby. All right, have a great day. I hope you enjoy the video. Bye-bye. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. Now, stick that log in there. Little bit of gold. One fling. Too fast. Just a little. folks, this is the inside bin here. So there's a lot of you know, small gold that gets captured here. You can see how high this is. It's all the way up to here. Actually, I don't know if you can see that in my hand, but it's all the way up to here, the material. So this high. So from the water, about 2, maybe 3 feet thick. But I'm just going to get along the edge here, you know, because I can't do it all. But I'll do what I can. So let's see, of course, it's pulling a nice vacuum seal, a whirlpool there. And of course, material is getting sucked up real nice. What I'm doing is I'm just busting it away from the edge here a little bit, like that. And of course, it'll clear here. I don't want to jam it up, so let it pump for just a minute so it doesn't get overloaded. And then once the water clears a little bit, we'll do a little more. Of course, we'll do a little of this too. Get some of that to wash in here. This is about 300 feet from the high water mark. No, it's not that far, but about 50 feet. But we're clearly, this is a gravel bar, you know, sandbar basically. But on this river, or on this creek is a lot of small gold. So it gets caught up in here, just like everything else do. Guy there, fucking like a madman. Yeah, this was up here, just like everything, all the way out to here a minute ago. So we already got about a yard, possibly, maybe about 5 times more than yesterday. Just maybe 10 times more. Anyway, we're just along the bottom here. I got a nice little hole, it's about roughly 2 feet deep here, and it's kind of clay on the bottom, right? So not a whole lot's going to get through that. So if I get down right on that clay bottom, keep dragging down the material. Here's a GoPro. It's all waterproof, supposedly. Let's get it underneath here. We can see. I'll get back to you in a second. It's still working. Okay, maybe. There we go. Okay. Let me look careful, because if it was blowing all the way out the end, there'd be some probably not too far up there. Look at this rain for a second, and then press on for a couple more hours. Seeing how we only got about maybe 30 minutes of actually dredging them. Anyway, let's leave it like that temporarily, and I'll be back, baby. I'll be back. All right, prospector trip, baby. Pretty old, thus I'm pretty tired. So, you gotta pace yourself when you're nearing retirement. Most of you know that I build all my jigs basically, except the stuff like this I have to buy. But still, gold's coming out. Okay, even on really just shutting it down really low. Obviously, I need to have some bigger riffles in here. Maybe I need to get some mat. I mean, maybe I have to buy some good matting instead of trying to make things that will work. So I'm probably have to do that. But one of the things is I'm going to adjust the box up a lot higher, you know, up here, so it will slow the water down a little bit here, because it's blowing up my gold still, baby. We ain't doing all that for nothing. No gold. If I can run it that slow, Anyway, let me try it for a second. You guys watch it. Don't let no goat get away. Even almost just a hair above idle. Still got pretty good suction. So, I'm gonna have to run it slow for sure, otherwise I'm gonna be blowing all the gold out the end, I'm sure of it. I gotta fix my box. I gotta get some decent manuals. We're sure getting her moving now. I adjusted the thing a little bit more, you know, the box, and I cranked up the speed again a little bit because, yeah, trying to jam it up on idle, I can do it. But on half the rod or 3/4 I can as well, it doesn't jam up very easily. It keeps moving it. Pretty amazed at how many interesting rocks come out of here. Just might be able to get a decent underwater shot here. You can see like a avalanche of black sand and sand are running down the hill here and going underneath the water. Well, that's pretty cloudy right there, dorking around a little too much. Anyway, yeah, I got it about, turned it down just a smidge because I was really running it hot there again. But I think I'm not losing much here now at all. And I got a good vacuum here, you know, where it's not. I got enough battery. I'm packing it up here and screening everything through 1/4 inch. There you have it, baby. Carry this up. Okay, I'll come back and get you in a second there, brother. Get the material up there. This here's how they're back together. Well, Good boy. Rick, that's it. That's it. A successful dredge, man. Woohoo! Yeah, gotta fix up the old the box a little bit. It's definitely running basically just fills too fast with material. Gotta get that miner's moss out of there and just get some good matting or something in there that cleans out well, traps the gold. This is really light stuff here, so it's easy to, if you build up some material, that skip right along the top and go out the end. And it did. I checked it a couple times, it didn't, but it shut way down. And you got to have that dredge up just to about half throttle at least to move the material right. I got it jammed up a couple times, running it too slow. So got to modify the box and the angle slightly, and that's about it. This thing really pulls well with the, with kind of the, I made a, power jet, but it's a flare. The flare. It wasn't a zebra. It's not a tarantula, the flare. The flare. Anyway, yeah, it really works good there. It's a good time to take a look inside the gold rig, because once you put in all of the stuff, the remaining stuff, then it is basically full. It's pretty full at that point. But anyway, it was just a little junky trailer I had in my yard for many years, and I bought it up in Michigan, and anyway, just basically built almost like a, a stick frame built house, and mounted, of course, the shell on top. But it's got everything I need, spare tire mostly. I mostly need that, and a chair, and I got pumps, and the trash can. Picking up other people's trash and my trash, and all the hoses, and all the stuff for the 2-inch. 2-inch. The pontoons are on the front here, right? And anyway, I got power. I also got a 410 watt one there, right? Solar panel on top. So, and then I got this one big battery back there. But I never run out of power, because I rarely use anything. Basically just lights, and once in a while something else. But anyway, it's handy as heck. Yeah, it's got all my junk, everything I need to go camping. Once you get all the junk out, of course you can sleep there. My buddy slept down there before, and anyway, it was a good time. We have some very fresh scalloped potatoes. I've been in here like about 1.5 years or 2. Anyway, they taste pretty good if you're starving. So, anyway, that's the gold rig. It's got a couple things that make it a little more homey when you're out there. And the table, and got that just in case somebody comes by and has bad intentions. They can look at that. All right, well, that's it. That's the whole camp. I gotta pack this dude up now and get the heck out of here. Peace, baby. Got it in me, ain't gonna quit until it all comes out. Okay, we're cooking now, baby. Okay. All right. I think we're good. Love you guys. Have a great and wonderful weekend, all right? Peace, baby.